All right. Hey, team. Welcome to our Thursday night call. This is like a special call. We have all the coaches on our team retreat joining us. We are live from Dallas, Texas, Arlington, really. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Love the weather. What an exciting week. Today we had 7 rank ups. Last week we had 6, like, oh my gosh. So let's congratulate some of our new rank ups. Congratulations to Carla Harris, Aaron Sandin, and Steve Pearson, and Ella Faust, who all ranked up to Emerald today. So, whoop, great job. Huge shout out to Amanda, who ranked up to Diamond. This girl has been a coach for 49 days and ranked up to Diamond in 49 days, which is unbelievable. So, huge shout out to Amanda. And then, I don't know if you guys saw, I'm not bragging, kind of bragging. It's kind of a big deal. But my first CBC is now 3-star qualifying, and my second CBC became 2-star qualifying all on the same day. So if you do not find me in 6 weeks, I'm hiding under a table, drinking a glass of wine, and biting my nails, waiting for 6 weeks of qualification to finish. I want to give a shout out to all of those that have locked in Success Club so far. We have about a week and a half left of the month, which is there's some ton of time to push. But shout out to Joy, Cassie, Morgan, Nino, Sammy, Stephanie Parks, Layla, Amanda Hooper, Lindsay Sessions, and Darla, who have already all locked in Success Club. So great job, ladies. There is so much more time left of the month, though. Got the specials. We have size. We have 21-day fix. We have the 3-day refresh. So keep pushing. We have the team cup. So let's make sure that we're really working towards those goals. A lot of you have asked, our new coach training starts on February 29th. I know it's a weird day, but I really don't want to wait until the second weekend of March. So we're going to start on the 29th. So if you have not attended our new coach training yet, that is going on. I will make the event for it. And then lastly, if you want to find out all the awesome stuff that is happening, make sure to follow us I'm on Snapchat. I'm like doing ridiculous amount of videos. Ash Odenweiler is the name. And then we're using the hashtag TFTGF takes DAL. So tomorrow you can hear us like learning from Fit and Funky, see us rock climbing for those that did not know that was the prize. Surprise! You're not here yet. So that's that. But I'm going to hand it over to Megan. Megan and I met in Rochester when I first moved there. And since then, Megan has just like blown up. She is now, and I'm probably going to like botch some of this up because I didn't even like ask her for all her stuff. So, you know what? I'm just going to let Megan talk about everything because I'm totally not organized tonight. So Megan, let me unmute you. All right, Megan, I'm going to go ahead and let you take it away. Can you hear me? Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Ashley, for asking me to speak on your call. Ashley is such an amazing leader, and I'm like, what can I share that you guys don't already hear from Ashley? But I know that sometimes you kind of need to hear some of the same things in a different way, or sometimes you're not in the right, you're not in the right place to hear it. Or hopefully I can relay it in a way that maybe you'll connect with today. But my name is Meghan Eggleston, and I am a 11-star qualifying coach. Not quite. I mean, yeah, thanks. And almost 3-star qualifying in my second business year, but we're not going to talk about that because I don't want to jinx it. But anyway, I've been a coach for almost 3 years, and I didn't intend to grow a big business. This was supposed to be a hobby. Like 3 years ago. I've also in this time, oh gosh, I guess I'm a 2-time elite coach. I hate talking about myself. I hate this part. I am currently ranked number 47 in the network. I finished out last year at number 64. What else? And Success Club 10 legend. I got to go on the yacht with Carl at Leadership in October. They had that big top 10 thing where you have earned the most Success Club points in the company at Leadership. So that's my bragging word, I guess. But I started this almost 3 years ago, not really intending to do much with it, just thinking this will be a fun thing to keep me kind of sane while I'm home with my 3 children. I have 3 little ones. I have a master's in sport management, undergraduate in kinesiology. I'm a certified personal trainer. So I kind of had this whole snobby mentality when it came to Beachbody coaching. I thought, oh, why would I go do something that anybody with $40 can do? You know, I have a degree. I have certifications. I kind of had this like total like jerk approach, thinking, you know, that's for other people. But I signed up for Shakeology and as for a discount, and I sat on that for an entire year in that discount, just thinking, because all I wanted was Shakeology, and I did my little judgy McJudgerson from the other side of Facebook, like, you know, what do they do? And like, I don't know about that stuff, but like secretly in the back of my head, I wouldn't have admitted this, but I was like wanting to do it, but just terrified, because I was really shy, timid, meek girl. People, I mean, there was no way that I would do this ever. Like, this is just crazy to me to think I'm, you know, just speak in front of people. Terrified, timid, totally shy, introvert, did not use social media, and, you know, in any shape or form to talk to people. Like, I put my kids' pictures up there for my family because they didn't live near me. I was living in Rochester, and my family was in Virginia, and I had just moved there, and I felt very isolated with 3 young children, and my husband worked a lot. So I would share photos, but that was it. So desperately deep inside, I was seeking connection and social community, and that's what this ended up feeling for me. About a year after I got signed up for the discount, I thought, I'm going to finish, you know, those last few pounds from baby number 3 and get some friends together on Facebook, a free group, and that's where it started for me. I thought this was so much fun. Why don't I consider compensation for doing this? Because I want to do more of it, and there's no way in hell my husband would support me putting time into something that I'm not actually getting some kind of compensation for, right? So that's how I thought, look, I'm going to go ahead and invite some people to try this 225 thing that's coming out. And that's where my first challenge group started, and I've never gone back. So that was June of 2013, and I've been doing challenge groups ever since. And every month, and I've grown a pretty big business, and I have some pretty amazing leaders and built a pretty amazing team culture, so I'm really excited about. So I'm going to share with you probably some topics that this will not be the first time you've heard them, but hopefully it'll give you a perspective that, you know, like I said, it's for you today. And it's kind of the 5 things I think are pretty much crucial and critical to building a successful organization, building something that you can be proud of, building something that's sustainable. Because I think that was the fear for me when I started doing this. Tell me if you guys know or can identify with this. I feel like there's this weird, like, there's 2 times in your business I feel like you kind of stuck. There's a little hump that it kind of separates the people who are serious from this, the people who are going to drop off. And there's something about that 3 to 4 month mark where you've had some success, you get success a few times, you're starting to do this, but you've exhausted your warm market, and now you're like, holy crap, can I keep doing this forever? Like, can I indefinitely continue to build an organization or, you know, build a business? Like, or was this just a fluke for 3 months? Like, that's kind of how I would, you know, I think that's very typical. And I think I see that in a lot of my team. Our downline is over 1,200 now. And I swear it's like this weird critical hump that people have, if they don't get past it, they're never going to continue. And that diamond hump, like just around diamond, when you're almost there, but people are starting to like cancel, you know, you're like, I was so close, what's wrong with me? Or you're just over diamond and you can't hold it. Those are like these really, I think they're the very telling points in a coach's business. Is, okay, this is gonna separate, you know, a real coach from a coach who just can't handle the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur, because ultimately that's what we are. And I feel like these are the 5 things that I think have to be in place or to be a priority in your business for you to be able to be that coach that pushes past that hump, that 3 month mark where you've exhausted your warm market and perhaps you weren't really doing your power hour like you were told to do. Now you're like, oh crap, now what do I have? Or the hump of almost diamond, right at diamond, of like, you know, moving forward from that. If these things aren't in place, then you're probably not going to move past it. So this is just from my experience as a leader, watching, you know, and obviously my personal experience of going through it, and then watching the coaches that I've seen come up in my business in the past 3 years, you know, who's really owning this and who just isn't going to get there because these are the things that they have not established strong priorities with. Okay, so I have notes, so let me just refer those because I'll forget. So Number one, yeah, you know I was going to say it, consistency. This is, there's not much more I can say about it. I feel like I'm being a dead horse. But this is what people need to believe in you. There's about 400,000 other coaches out there. Do you know we just signed like the millionth coach? Like the coach ID with 7 digits actually just went out, I think, like this week. What does that mean? Like over half of them have gone away. So there's still 400,000 coaches out there. And I hear this all the time. I know you do. Oh, but isn't the market saturated? Like, should I sign up? All my friends, I have other friends who are Beachbody coaches. They're going to all go to my friend because she was a coach first, and we're all in the same. Or I'm in. There's like a lot of other successful coaches in my town. I hear that all the time, and I just it's the worst excuse. It's not an excuse. You have to build trust with people, and the way that you do that is with consistency. If you are not being a presence in people's lives on a daily basis, there's no way they're going to join you. There's no way they're going to want to trust you. They're a very crucial part of their life. I mean, health and fitness is very personal, and you can get really deep and emotional with it. And the last thing I want to do is kind of share all and bear all with somebody who I don't know if they're actually serious about this. If I've seen things come up here and there, but I don't know that this is actually something that they believe in and that they are living day to day. And it is up to us to really establish that connection on a daily basis, on a consistent basis. People need to know that they can trust us, that we're going to be there, that we're taking this seriously. This is not just some new fun thing we're doing, that we really do care about them and that we're going to support them. I can't say that there's any coach that's joined my team that is committed to the systems for, anywhere from 3 to 6 months who said, this isn't for me. The only coaches that say, this isn't for me, this isn't going to work for me, are the people who actually haven't committed to the vital behaviors on a daily basis. They're just not seeing what they want to see because they haven't committed to the daily behaviors. So I don't think, if you ever find yourself in a spot, if you're in that spot tonight, like, I just don't know if this is something that I can do. I see other people doing better than me. I see other coaches on this team. I see other coaches on the outside, really, really running with this. I just don't know if I can do this. It's like that. I would say stop looking at them, put your blinders on, and commit at least 3 months of a consistent power hour, and then tell yourself, and then tell Ashley, and then tell your upline, this isn't for me. I did all the things that that the power hour requires, and, I don't feel successful, or I don't feel like this is for me. I don't think you can make that kind of statement or judgment until you've actually given it time just to see it through. But too few people will get to that place. Too few coaches will allow themselves that consistency before they say, no, this isn't for me. I've had a lot of people cancel. So, I don't know how many people I've had cancel on my team, but not a single one of them actually committed to following through with the power hour, the vital behaviors on a consistent basis before saying that. Bruce Springsteen says, getting an audience is hard. Sustaining an audience is hard. It demands consistency of thought, of purpose, and of action over a long period of time. And I love that because, we're talking about Bruce Springsteen. Like, this guy is amazing. He's saying it's hard, but getting it's hard, sustaining it's hard. It demands consistency of thought, purpose, and action over a long period of time. It takes time. I tell coaches, give me at least 6 months of following the systems. That's what all I'm asking you is just give this 6 months, a year, if I can get them to say that. But for me, when I came in, that's what I said. I'm going to commit to this for 6 months. I'm not even trying to do anything crazy. I don't care about a huge business. I just want to see what I can do in 6 months and see what happens. If there's some extra bonus, a cash tied to it, awesome. This is just fun. I love helping people. So I gave myself that 6 month mark just to kind of reassess. I was not concerned about anything else, about income, about growth. And when I got there, I was like, wow, there's some potential here. I'm going to give it a year. And then by that point, I'm well on my way to a full-time income. And of course I know, but I think you've really got to give it time and consistency before you can assess if you're going to be good at this, or if there are people out there who want to work with you. So anyway, trust is built with consistency, and there's nothing more that that you need to get people to work with you, and it's trust that they have confidence in you to be there for them. So that's consistency. And number 2 is facing fears. A little at a time, facing fears. Not holding back. This is an area that I have. I am the epitome. I've been the epitome of a people pleaser. I hated it. I mean, I was the wallflower type. I never liked to rock the boat. I'm that girl. Like, I just want to be, everybody's friend. I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way. But what I realized had to happen was I had to stop looking at that approach of, I don't want to. There was this, I would say it's kind of like a false humility of, who am I to put myself on Facebook? Who am I to talk about health and fitness? Who am I to act like I have anything to say about anything? Like, that was my big fear. I would hold back a lot because it's more like this false humility. Like, I'm not, special enough to be out there talking about these things, or expecting people to like and comment and engage with me. But that, that I call it a false humility, because what that really is it's fear of judgment. And if you truly came in this business to help people, and I know we all do, I mean, most people don't come into this complete with dollar signs in their eyes. They come into this because they want to make a difference. And if that is truly what motivates you, if you're just like, how do I help people? That's great, but you're not helping anybody by being more concerned about yourself. And I think that's what holds us back, is we say we want to help people, but we truly are more concerned with how we look to other people. And that's selfish. It's really selfish to hold back because of fear of persecution or judgment, or what people are going to think of you. So this for me definitely took little baby steps in fear. I would say I still on a daily basis hit send or post on a post. It kind of makes me nauseous. I'm starting to crave that feeling now, because I have recognized over time, when I just kind of stop holding back a little bit, just kind of towing the line a little bit more, and seeing it's kind of closing my eyes, okay, what's going to happen? Okay, I didn't die. Okay, I survived this. Okay, they don't hate me. Oh my gosh, people are actually responding. And it was, it's just, I had to do it a little bit at a time to realize, this isn't so bad. Okay. And the next time it became a little bit easier. And I started to step out a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And then it became so liberating to not even care anymore. Can you imagine how liberating it will feel to just not care? To just be unabashedly out there helping people and just not care. I mean, I'm sure you look at Ashley man, I wish I could be that confident with how I just, post on social media. I'm sure Ashley wasn't always that confident. I had to fake it till I made it. I faked it. I was I'm going to act like I'm confident. I'm going to act like I got this together. And what happens is, as you practice that and act like you do, it actually manifests itself. It actually becomes real life. That's how it happened for me. I kind of had to pretend this is who I was, and then it became who I was. But I said, my challenge to you is cover your eyes, hit send, see what happens, and realize that was fun. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna message this person. I'm gonna copy paste this message, and I'm gonna do it 10 people. Oh my gosh, I could do that. Okay, how about 15? And you're gonna see you start to crave that feeling. Is you're almost they say get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm not just comfortable. I am savoring it. It feels so good now to realize I don't have to care. I don't have to care because, oh my gosh, look how many people I'm able to reach because I stepped forward in faith. So if you're holding back for any reason at all, identify those things right now. Why am I holding back? Is it because, is it about me? Is this about me? Did I say I want to help people, but I'm really about me right now? I mean, I just take that self-assessment. If you feel like that's where you find yourself, then, perhaps you need to, reconsider your why. Is your why, I'll help people, but not at the expense of myself. Think about that and start to become comfortable with the uncomfortable. So that's number 2 for me was, you can't hold back. And number 3, Success Club is not an option. It's a no matter what. It's still amazing to me that I have people who believe that they don't have to, that they could get by with not hitting Success Club. As far as like building a business, like these are people who want to do this long term. And if you're a hobby coach, it doesn't matter. But if what, as far as that's concerned, but Success Club it's a tool to measure our progress. Yes. It is lives changed. Yes. But for me, when I think about my why, I came in to help people. If I can if I can help 3 people, then I can finish my month feeling proud of myself. If I say I'm here to help people, but I cannot put the time and energy in a month to find those 3 people, then maybe this isn't what I should be doing. And if that's not happening, perhaps I need to figure out why I'm not doing, why that's not happening. Am I not setting my month up in the right way? Am I not doing the power hour? Am I not making enough contacts? All the things you know you should be doing, not like I need to tell you, that you need to be making new connections every day. You need to make new friends on a daily basis, connect with people, invite daily. If those things aren't happening, then what can you say? But this is my non-negotiable. My new coaches come in. I'm like, if this is something that you want to do as a business, then we're going to need this is something that is going to have to happen. I have a coach on my team who she's not like a superstar diamond. She doesn't have tons of diamonds. She's a diamond. She's a diamond coach. She is a success. She just hit Success Club All-Star 5 legend. Okay. So she's been coaching for 2 years and she's hit Success Club 5 every month. She doesn't have a downline who's really super performing. She doesn't have any diamonds. She's got a few coaches that are working, not a ton, but she has a full-time income. Okay. So I know you might think, if I can't be a crazy star diamond ranking elite, this or that, the other premier, then I'm not doing anything here, long term. She's making a full-time income just hitting Success Club month to month. Can you imagine? Like 3 people every month, full-time income. That would be awesome, right? Like, wouldn't that be awesome? So, don't, think that you have to be, crazy ranking coach to be like seriously effective and be growing a serious business. It just takes Success Club. So here was the rub with me when I came in, because I was so anti-sales. I was so like these whole marketing things, like MLMs, they freaked me out. I was that girl that wouldn't even host a home party because I didn't want to like ask people to buy anything. I didn't hit Success Club right out of the gate. Like I was like, don't give me a sales target, because that's just, of course you want me to hit Success Club because that means you're making money. Like that was kind of the way I thought, like not my coach, because my upline isn't working in business. But like, I'm just being from Beachbody. Well, sure, you want me to like, sure, you're going to give me sales targets. That's how I viewed it. And so that's why I had trouble, because I was thinking of it as a sales target rather than lives change. Not that that's anything new to you, but when I stopped thinking about the sales and I started thinking about the person, and how I needed to move that person to a place that they had confidence in themselves, not just me and Beachbody's products, then Success Club was no problem at all. No problem at all. Because I was thinking about, how do I move this person to a place that they feel like they can do this, that they are worth this, they're capable. That's when Success Club started happening. I could talk about some tools like, free groups and stuff. Like for me, that's my bread and butter as far as getting, I'm a higher retailer probably in the company than many, and I think it's my free groups. And it's always doing them in the beginning of the month or the end of the previous month. So I get my Success Club first thing of the month, so I can spend the rest of the month building relationships with the people that are in my team, my current customers, challenge groups, and doing some farming for the next month. That's kind of, I use the farming mentality with my business. planting seeds, obviously, but like I think I'm a farmer. Every day I'm a farmer. I'm putting in this work every day that has no return on it immediately. It's just, this is what the farmer does. He goes out there, he sees nothing growing, but that's what he does. That the farmer wakes up, does the work every day, no matter what, no matter if he's tired, no matter what, he just gets out there, does the work, because he knows that when harvest time comes, he's going to see that fruit because he has confidence in that. So that's what I mean by when I say farming. So I farm. I just get to farm all month. So those seeds are nice and ready, or there's the fruit or whatever you want to call it is ready first of the month. So setting up my month so that I'm not selling, because the people who wait to the end of the month end up having to sell. You know what it's like. I've been there, so I know. It's no fun. It's no fun to try to sell stuff. It's no fun to sort of push things on people. So you don't want to be that person. So anyway, Success Club, guys, it's not a sales target. It's no matter what. It's not negotiable to build a sustainable business and a base of clients and coaches. So, okay, number 3. Another one of those things for me was rank. I was like, oh, don't give me ranks. That stuff is, I don't like to be, I know, and this is just me. This probably, a lot of people come in like they can't wait to get to ranks. I didn't like the idea of rank because I thought it was another thing a company was trying to tell me to do. You'll see that I'm kind of stubborn. I'm kind of a pain in the butt. I kind of have to push back on things. But for me, it was, I didn't like that. I didn't like them pushing something on me. I didn't like them telling me what to do. But what I realized when I added those 2 coaches and was at Emerald, it gave me confidence. Sure, that Emerald was my best friend and my mother-in-law, but there was something about it that gave me confidence because, I don't know, now I was an Emerald. And that made those next few invites a little bit easier. And same thing with Diamond. Sure, my Diamond was very skeletal. I maybe had a working coach, like my husband was an Emerald, and my friend who actually decided she was going to try this, she got to Emerald. The rest of them were family members, discount coaches. So my Diamond wasn't like a rock star organization, but there was something about getting there that made me confident to invite the business builders. Because I get that a lot with my team is, they get their Emerald and then they're like thinking they're not a good coach because they're not getting business builders. They think, how am I ever going to get to Diamond and beyond if I can't get business builders? It takes time to get business builders. I would say for every 10 coaches I sign, maybe one of them actually follows through with, that actually does something. So it's okay that most of your coaches are not. That's just the way it is. But for some reason, reaching for that rank, even if it was skeletal, it gave me the confidence to find the business builders. I felt like, okay, I've got this base, I've got this foundation. I have the confidence that I can move forward. So that's how I felt rank helped me. It was just, I needed that confidence to step forward a little bit more, So like, here's what I tell my new coaches now is that, Emerald is, you get there as fast as you can. Emerald is a decision. It really can be done in a day. It truly is a decision. I don't think it's a matter of, people come in, they're like, oh, my Emerald goal is, in 3 months. And I'm like, that's fine. If that's the pace that you want to grow business, for sure. That's totally fine. I would never push anybody to, I want to know what your goals are and what you want out of this. But if someone says, I want to grow this, but they're saying their Emerald goal is 3 months from now, I'm like, okay. Let's talk about, what you really want out of this, because if, you want to grow a business, Emerald, you're going to need to make that happen sooner. But if you just want to stroll along, that's cool. That's totally fine. But I truly believe that Emerald is a decision. It is asking people, those closest to you, to trust in you to give this a try, to even if it's give the programs a try. Just, 30 days, see if you like it. Would you mind just trying this out for me? I want to, give some testimonials. That's the way I approach it. That's the way I tell my new coaches to approach their entire first month is you're reaching out for favors from friends and family. You're just asking them to try this, give these things a try and see how they feel. But we know what happens when you try Shakeology. You're like, shoot, that $100 crap, is addictive. I need more. We know how it happens when we get people, they're like, dang it, now I need to stay on that stuff. It happened to me. I was like, I'm sure I'm going to return this thing after 30 days. I was like, dang on it. Now I got to stay on this. So that's how I say, that's how I encourage my new coaches to get, just ask some people around you to give this thing a try with you. And maybe they'll just hang on for the discount. Maybe they'll actually think, hey, maybe I could actually help people. Maybe they won't, but that's okay. That's okay too. So I believe that, Emerald is a decision, and that your diamond rank, it doesn't have to be a bunch of business builders. It can just be the platform that gives you the confidence to grow in leadership and to grow an organization. And, diamond is where it starts as far as, a business. That's where, when you hit diamond, that's when things really begin as a business. Income wise though, 2 stars where it's at. So if you're a diamond, don't think 1 star, think 2 star. That's how Ashley is making bank, right? She's got 2 business centers, and now she's about to open a 3rd in 6 weeks. That is, if income is a priority, to get there, for me, a spouse and just coaching that other. So those are my biggest conversations with my coaches when it comes to rank is Emerald is a decision, diamond is a launching point, and 2 star is where income starts to roll. Because that's the other thing is people think, wow, I'm a diamond and I'm not bringing in thousands of dollars. I'm not quite. 2 stars where it's at. That's where it starts to roll. And it's like a snowball. It really picks up. Okay, so ranking, so what do we cover? Consistency, not holding back, Success Club, rank, and then here's my favorite, my last. So I mentioned I don't have an upline who's mentoring me or anything like that, and I believe Ashley's. And it's not the case, Ashley. I don't feel like you empathize in our conversations. I don't know. Do you? I don't remember. It's a very common story. Some of the most successful coaches don't have upline leadership. And sometimes I'm afraid that I cripple my coaches because I've provided so many resources to them. Because that's what I wanted. I was like, I'm going to be the leader that I never had. I'm going to put out all these resources. I'm going to be a renegade, and if I want to be successful, I've got to create this place for them to come. I've got to provide these resources. And sometimes I'm afraid that I've crippled them because it's not fair to say. I know that that's not true. The reason I say that is because I'm afraid that if I had signed up under a rock star coach, I wouldn't have been as successful as I've become. I am in Christine Dwyer's downline, and I know Christine Dwyer. She was my trainer for a couple of my certifications, but I didn't know much about coaching when she was she certified me or anything. I didn't know that. But I realized I'm in a couple down from her, and I realized when I decided I wanted to do this, and wanted to learn more and wanted to crush it, or not crush it, I just wanted to do it. I wanted to learn the training. I wanted to figure out the secrets. I would tell myself, man, it's just too bad I didn't sign up under Christine. If only I had volume, because I have nothing. I created, I'm on an inside leg that has never received a PV from anybody. So I remember for months thinking, if only, am I ever going to be good at this if I don't have that kind of guidance or any volume? Am I going to actually make an income? But I realized probably with when I got to that full-time income point, about a year and a half, maybe, I don't know when it was, somewhere between a year and a half. I don't think I would have been as successful if I had a rock star leader. And I think that's because for my personality, I am a people pleaser. I was the teacher's pet kind of kid. I think I would have waited for permission to be a leader. Waited for okay, teacher, what's next? Okay, Christine, what's next? Okay, coach, what's next? Which I think is great. And I love when my coaches do that because I'm like, oh, they're listening and yay. But I think there would have been a cap on it because I would have been working to their standards or working to their level of success or what they said. And I think I'm now encouraging my team. Like, I know that you guys have great resources in our team. I know that we've established an elite team 2 years in a row. I don't want you to limit your success to what I'm doing or anybody on the team is doing. I want you to really create your own success. You've got to take ownership, and ownership is this last piece that I think that is hugely is hugely responsible for my success. Is I had to be in charge of my business. You know, I have coaches. The coaches on my team who are the most successful are the ones who don't come to me asking questions that they can find in FAQs or somewhere else. They go to YouTube if they need training on something. They search my files section. These are the people who seek out what they need to be successful. If they're struggling in an area, they find it. They don't wait for me to give it to them. They don't wait for me to post it in a video. They don't wait for me to tell them what's next. They've pretty much figured out what's next. Fortunately, they have me for support, and I'm able to guide them. And I know that I'm providing value for them. Absolutely. I'm not saying that I'm not needed for them. I hope that they feel like I know they do. But the difference is my leaders, the people who are empowered on my team, are those who take ownership of their business and don't think they need me to give them permission. I think I've given them confidence in themselves, but I think ownership of your business is it's essential. You can't wait for Ashley to give you the tools, even though I know she has all kinds of tools. I know she's provided all kinds of amazing training. But you know, if there's something that you can find in YouTube, Google, FAQs, find it. If there's something that you want to try but maybe no one on your team is doing, that's okay. Like, perhaps that's, you know, an area that, you know, like I said, I know, like my coaches or Christine Dwyer's systems are different than mine. And I have coaches who, like, they only want to do my free cleaning system the way I do it because it's very successful for me. But I'm like, you know, if there's another way for you, if you're, because they'll consider other things, but I know this really works. It's like, listen, like, this works for me, but this is your business. You are the CEO. So if you want to try something, you really should, because I don't want you to pigeonhole yourself in anything. So I hope that makes sense. This last piece of ownership is, this is your business. You know, don't wait for your upline's permission to take any steps. Don't, ask if, like, I know that I've gotten to a point where I have a coach who asks a question that I know they can find the answer to. I don't answer it because I'm like, I need you to feel empowered. I need you to feel like you don't need me. I'm here for support, but I want my coaches to feel like they have it within them, because they do. I know they do. I know the coaches that I bring on my team, I believe in them. And I need them to feel empowered and not like, oh, we're on this team and we need, you know, her secrets. You're discounting yourself. You're discounting your own uniqueness. You're discounting your own power. You're discounting your own control of your life. You know, you have that within you, and it's up to you to believe it and to find it. And that is what I think this opportunity has grown me the most, is realizing that I have control, because I was that postpartum anxiety, depression, anxiety. I had bulimia, low self-worth. My whole life was about control. It was control. You know, people who tend to struggle with anxiety and eating disorders, it's a control thing. And, feeling like they didn't have control. So these are the ways that they, dealt with it. And that's what this freed me from, was realizing I have choices, I have options, and there is something within me that can do this. And I'm not going to wait for permission. I'm going to be empowered. So that's what I want for my team and the people who trust in me, is to realize that it is all within you. I might have some great tools and trainings, but this is going to be amazing because of you. So, I encourage you to, if you're not really taking ownership of your business and your success, that now's the time. Okay, I talked a lot. Are there any questions from specifically to some of the things I've talked about, or even outside of these topics? Do you have questions? Actually, is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to say I'm glad that you guys have joined because Zoom freaked out in the middle. So this is not being recorded. So this is like a private VIP training. So high five to those that got on the call and did not depend on the recording. High five. So I'll start with my girls in the room before I am. Do any of you have questions? They're really quiet, Megan. So don't.
I did kind of have a question. So it's slightly I don't know where I'm looking right now. It's slightly unrelated to what you're talking about, but you mentioned something when you were talking about farming. So you said free groups and then you had your challenge groups. Do you mind sharing what it was that you said that you did?
Yeah, thank you for asking. Yes, I don't feel like I gave a lot of like practical steps today. So if you have anything like pretty specific like that, I'm happy to talk about that. Yeah. For me, I know that this is not everybody's thing. I find a lot of success in free groups because my personal approach and feelings are I want my following and people who see me to realize that I really don't need your money. I want to be of value. I want to provide value to you, even if you never purchase from me. So it's not about selling. That's what I feel like free groups do for me is they really do share a message that like, it's cool if you never join my team or you never buy anything from me. I want to be of service. So that's the one reason free groups are important to me is I want to be characterized by service. And two, contacts. I'm really, I get new contacts. I get like dozens of new contacts that way because previous challengers, and I get a lot of repeats, and they drive me crazy because they keep repeating it and they never buy anything, but they bring people who do buy things. So, I give incentives to refer. Like, okay, if you refer a friend who completes the challenge with you, and by complete, I mean they complete it, like they don't just have to pass it, you get a free Shakeology sample. So people like free stuff. Doesn't matter what it is. So I do a referral system like that, and I get a lot of free, for customers that way or contacts that way. I also do fun mini challenges during the free 5-day where they post something on their page of their meal prep and they tag me and they get to go into a prize drawing. So just kind of getting some free publicity from them sharing stuff, my stuff and tagging me and going to my page and sharing something from my page. I'll do mini challenges like that because that's free publicity. Basically, I'm giving you something free here, so I think you can probably do this for me. And they're responsive to it because there's a free something involved. So I do my free groups. For example, for February, I'll do one on the 29th. I'll start it on the 29th because that means on March, my calendar, 3rd, like on that Thursday of my 5-day, I'm starting to put out those private invitations. And then in public within the group, but I'm inviting in the first week of the month. So I know that I'm hitting Success Club early. I will make my month like that. I like to set it up that way. I do not like to be worrying about Success Club because I don't ever want to feel like I'm selling anything. So that is like my system, either last week of the month or the first week, depending on where the last day of the month falls, because I don't want to like set it up where they might push them 31st. So I'll plan it that way. And then my paid group will follow subsequently, however many weeks out from that. It tends to be like the 3rd week in the month, the 3rd Monday of the month. It tends to be that, where that's when I'll give them about a week to work on it, like to invite after that 5-day. But then I'm well into Success Club 10 at that point and it takes time. I mean, definitely is one of those things. Those first 5-day groups don't always reap purchases, but keep doing them. And they realize, you know what, these 5 days are fun. And every month I get off track and I got to do it again. And then they're like, okay, I should probably try this like 21-day thing.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Megan, can I ask you a quick question? I feel like I know this. So when I first met Megan, I had moved to Rochester, and I feel like you were just kind of getting really into the business side of things, if I recall. Because I think when we talked, we were like, okay, what do we want to do with our business? So what was your turning moment? What was that like aha moment that you went from like discount to like, no, I'm doing this. I'm all in. Like, what was that? Sorry. What was that moment for you?
Yeah. When did we meet? Was it
2014. So I moved there in September of 2013. Sorry. So that was like, we were both kind of just getting started then.
It was like January Super Saturday in my house.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. So I had started, I think I had my first Success Club in May of that year. I had signed up in like April of the previous year. So 2012, I'd signed up for this Shakeology discount, a newborn baby. And so I was looking for something quick and easy and healthy, nursing her all the time. Like I had like no time to eat. So it was about a year later that I decided I'm going to try a free thing and then a challenge group. I think I hit Diamond in October of that year. So maybe I started working in May and hit Diamond in October. So I might have been on my way to 1 star when we met.
Yeah, I think
I think it was on, right. I think I might have hit 1 star in like January, February. I don't remember. So what was the turning point? I don't know why. I don't really know when the turning point was. There was never like an aha moment. It really was, I just wanted to see if I could do it. I wanted to see if I could be consistent. I wanted to see if I could not give up on something, because I was a quitter. I was a perfectionist who did everything well, but that was only because I wouldn't do anything that I wasn't sure I could do well. People wouldn't know that about me because they always saw me excelling, because I wouldn't allow myself to not do well with anything. So like I would start things and I would stop them. Like I started nursing school. I won't go into all the things I started and stopped. It was a lot. a lot of money lost, a lot of time lost, like pursuing things. I have $36,000 in student loan. Well, I paid it all off with Beachbody, but like that was 6 years of school. Whatever. So this was, I think I needed to see something through. I needed to decide I'm not going to quit something. I'm going to actually like commit to this for a period of time. And that period of time kept extending.
I think it's safe to say you did really good at this.
Well, yeah, but in the beginning it wasn't easy. It certainly was, and I wanted to give up because certainly there were a lot of people doing things a lot better than me. And I think I was the one who didn't give up for the first time. Like people that were doing better than me a while ago, now I've surpassed because they are slacked. But I saw them excelling, and it gave me anxiety. Like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't do this. I should just stop. If I can't do what she's doing, then I should probably just not do this. But I just didn't give up. I think that's what it came down to, and is just not giving up for the first time ever.
Perfect. Does anybody else have any questions for Meghan? I know y'all are very quiet. I swear we're going to work on this energy. Miss Jasmine. Hold on. This is like super tiny on my computer, so I'm like squinting, like trying to look at it. There we go. All right, Jasmine.
Okay, I have a question, and I am a very big introvert. I'm very shy. I'm really anxious right now. And you mentioned that you were also very shy, and this is what kind of kept you from growing your business. And that's where I'm struggling right now. Right now, all I post about is health and fitness because I don't really feel comfortable sharing more about me. So how did you get the ball rolling with that?
That's what I did at first too. I think it was all about health and fitness because I felt like, okay, I know that stuff and that's easy and it's safe. So I started there. I think that kind of opened the door because just I was posting about anything. I think I started to sprinkle in something a little bit personal. And when I saw the response to it, it made me feel like, oh gosh, this is cool that people actually cared. Maybe I'll try this again. And like, you know what? I had a huge hang up on selfies. Selfies were a huge hang up for me because I was like, I don't want to be like, who wants to see my face up in their grill like that? Like, I don't think I look okay. It wasn't about like, that so much as like, how does that, how like, I don't know, arrogant does that seem? For me, it was like, who do you think you are to put your face on Facebook? That's what I thought in my head. And then I was watching other people doing it, and I wasn't judging them that way. I was thinking, oh, what a personal connection that is. I was seeing into their eyes and their life, and that is the thing. We crave social connection so desperately because of the way we live our lives now. We live our lives, you see teenagers sitting next to each other on the couch, doing this, texting each other. Like, we crave social connection so desperately that when there's a face to connect with, it makes a huge difference. And so it took me time to get there, but as I played with it and realized that's all people wanted, was they wanted to connect. And I wasn't connecting when I was so broad in my what I was sharing. I was trying to appeal to everybody with being very universal and very soft and very mainstream and very, didn't want to be offensive, didn't even talk about things that I know could be, people could, because, I censored it because I didn't want to, and I wasn't reaching as many people until I started to get a selfie in there. When they were like, okay, we're actually connecting on a personal level. I can see into her life. When I started talking about things that were important to me, when I started talking about my faith, which I was really shy about like blasting because people are going to turn it off because if they don't believe, well, fine, they're not going to be in your tribe anyway, so it doesn't matter. Or if you want to talk about, whatever is important to you, and we're afraid that people are going to be like, oh, who cares about that stuff? Well, who cares then? Because they're not going to be part of your tribe. And if there's nothing else that I've gained from this, it is a community of people that are so amazing and make me feel so like, I know you guys feel it with each other. Like that, what a gift that you have in that community. So the more me I was, the more I was able to bring that more into my life. So I think I just had to I had to take baby steps, and I took consistent baby steps in that direction. So that's what I would advise to someone who's just terrified. Because perhaps going all out, like, okay, I'm just going to like throw caution to the wind, that would seem unnatural to people too, There's something about the journey of them watching you grow in confidence, knowing the you are, because that's what I think has inspired many people. For me, is they knew me in high school. They knew me in college. They knew how terrified I was to even speak in public. And so when they see this, what it's done to me, it's transformed me, they're like, well, I want a piece of that, So I think it'll be great for them to watch you grow in that journey of being more confident and being more available and being more vulnerable. Does that help?
Thank you. Yeah, yes, a lot.
Any other questions? You can ask, specific questions. Like I said, I know I didn't give a lot of practical steps. Like, I'm all about that stuff.
You didn't. Whoops. I was like hiring a whole conversation with just my room. I didn't even realize I was on mute. Whoopsies. Does anybody have any other questions? If not, I'm going to let Megan go because I know it's like late sort of time, and it's like a big deal for people to like take time out of their night away from their family, their time to do team calls for us. Does anybody have any other questions? No. Well, thank you, Megan, so much for hopping on. Like I said, I love that you're able to hop on. I've known Megan for a while, and just even like watching you grow, like for me, I'm like, if Megan can do it, I can do it. I got this. So thank you, Megan, for hopping on. I greatly appreciate it. I know like I speak for the girls in the room and all those that are on, well, they're all like waving the team call. Like we really appreciated it.
Thank you for having me. It's been my pleasure. Feel free to reach out to me, message me. I'd be happy to answer any questions, but it was a pleasure, and I appreciate it, Ashley.
Perfect. Thanks,
Thank
Megan.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, team, before you hop off, I'm just going to share a little something with you guys, and this thing's probably not recorded. Stupid Zoom, I swear. So when the team's like, oh, man, I wish I could have been on, be like, well, that's what you get for not being on the team call. I wanted to share something real quick, and I feel weird when I have, like, the rest of the room staring at me, so I'm just going to do it this way real quick. I shared this on a call that I did with Stephanie the other night for her team. And you'll maybe take this as inspiration. You'll take it as, Ashley, shut up. I don't know what you'll take it as. Stephanie said it was inspiring, so I'm going to roll with it. So I told Cara and Stephanie this the other day. For the last 3 years, I have been pushing. I have given you guys everything I have. I have lost a lot of countless nights of sleep. I have lost a lot of tears. Well, gained, lost, whatever you want to think about it. And I have literally put my blood, sweat, and passion into this team. Not because I feel like I have to, but because I want to. I've become a better leader. I've grown. I've done personal development. And I'm like, eventually it would all come together. Like I keep seeing these coaches like 15-star in a year, elite in a year, like top 10 in 1 year. And I'm like, dude, I've been doing this for 3 years. Like what gives? But I knew in time that everything would come together. And I've told Bill numerous times, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's going to be a full circle moment. And I'm going to look back on that day and be like, holy shit, everything, sorry, pardon my language. I'm really not sorry. You guys should be used to it by now. Sorry, little baby. Sorry. But I said, it'll eventually come together. And I'm going to have this moment. And sure enough, last week, when we had 6 rank ups, this week when we had 7 rank ups, next week when we have a new diamond and we have 50 coaches being added this month and 90 coaches added last month, I'm like, things are coming together. Everything that we have been pushing for and fighting for and believing in, it is happening. So if you're saying you're like, man, I have been a coach for a month and nothing is happening, this is a waste of my time, give it time. 3 years. 3 years I have been consistent. 3 years I have given it my all and absolutely believed in this business and believed in every single one of you that have stuck it out with me and not given up and not send in your papers because you didn't hit Success Club, because you didn't hit Emerald, because you didn't sell a challenge pack your first 6 months, but you stuck it out. And it's happening. It is a full circle moment. And this team is doing amazing things. And without a doubt, we are putting our name on the map because we truly believe in what we're doing. We truly believe in helping people and that this is what we are meant to do. And Ashley is bringing it to church. So all I want to say is don't give up. Don't lose that fire. It will happen. And you will be doing a dance. You will be celebrating. You will be like in love with this business and in love that you kept it out and you knew that you gave it your all and it's happening. Because that's exactly what happened to me last Thursday. And that's why I get to celebrate these huge milestones in my business, not only with you guys virtually, but with 15 of these guys hanging out with me for the next 4 days. Because you guys have never given up and you guys have fully believed in me and truly humbled that you guys have allowed me to lead you as a team. So don't give up. Keep pushing. Who cares if you haven't hit Success Club? Try harder. Work harder. Reach bigger. Dig deeper. Do your damn power hour. Do your vital behaviors. For the love, listen to the national wake-up calls. This like stuff is free that we're not paying for. Do what you're supposed to be doing, what I preach to you guys every single day, and your business will grow plus some. That's it. That's all I got. So does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, anything they want to add? And anybody in the room can speak up behind me. Energize, people. Energize. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep, and I've got more energy than you. What the heck?
Good job, everybody.
And shout out to you, Joy. Success Club 5. Heck yes, you go, girlfriend.
Everyone's rocking it.
All right. Well, if you guys have nothing else, I'm going to hop off. Usually I stay on, but we've been having a blast playing charades. And who knows what's going to happen now because we have to wait till up till like 1 o'clock in the morning for Kelsey. Keep on pushing it. I am going to completely deplug from the team page so I can spend my time with the girls that are here. So I ask you, step up in the team page, answer questions, congratulate new coaches, post your questions there. For the love, look up in the FAQ. Keep on rocking it and make me one proud mama coach. So when I come back on Tuesday, I know that you guys can lead this team without me, that I have given you every resource possible. So that being said, you guys have a phenomenal week, and I will see you guys next Thursday.
Have fun, ladies. Be careful.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.